There's this trend in the fantasy books I've been reading that I'm noticing more of. I don't know if I should call it a trope or not, but I am really liking it. I don't know that I can say it's actually happening more often. It might be the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. It's like when you buy a new car and suddenly you see that car everywhere. Not because there's suddenly more of them, but because now you're noticing them. But I really like it because it is so bookish. And in the last couple fantasy books I've read, it's kind of stood out to me. This trend is, in the book, in the story, there are characters who love books and libraries, and they are super bookish, and they talk about the importance of books. And the character goes into a bookstore or a library, and they talk about how homey it feels, the smell when they walk in. The reason I love it so much is because who writes the books? Bookish people. Authors and writers are usually people who love books. They love to read. These are the people who love to go into the bookstore and library because it just feels good, feels cozy, it's a calm place to be. And I love that the people who really intrinsically understand that feeling are putting it into books, because who is reading those books? Bookish people who love books and bookstores and libraries. I was noticing this when I was reading Iron Flame, book 2 of the Empyrean, I think that's how you say it, the Empyrean series, starting with Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. The main character, Violet, was going to be a scribe. She spent a lot of time in the archives, and multiple times it describes how when she goes into the archives, she feels like she's going home to a certain extent. Her dad was a scribe. She was the star student of the head of the archives, and when she walks in, it smells like book glue and whatever material the books are made of in that world. And then because I noticed it in that book, I started Promise of Blood by Brian McClellan. And let me tell you, that book has some really good humor. It doesn't go over the top, it's not too cheesy, but you can really tell that Brian McClellan is a bookish guy because of the way he describes books and his characters describe books. And the librarians are very protective of the books. And I think that's another one where it described the smells when you walked in. Because you know, if you're a bookish person, you like to smell books, I'm guessing. Maybe I'm revealing that I'm one of the weird people who likes to smell my books. But I don't think it's that uncommon. If you're a book reader, you're probably a book smeller. But I think if I were to make an updated favorite tropes video, this would make it on the list next time. It's a trope I'm probably never going to get tired of seeing because I love books. People who read books love books. The people who write books love books. And it's just fun to see characters in a book who also love books. It makes sense. A character who understands how I feel about books is probably that way because the author understands, which is why they're writing books for us to read. I probably could have made this video a short, but I felt like there was enough to say about it to make a longer video. My cat is crawling onto the bottom shelf of my bookshelf right now. I didn't know she could fit in there. So what's an underrated trope or one that you think kind of flies under the radar, doesn't get enough attention, that you really like? Let me know, and I'll see you back for some more videos. Bye!